I am very angry at myself right now, and there's a lot of things I can blame it on, but the only thing I'm really going to blame it on is that I'm an idiot because I didn't release this video when I made it, which was over a week ago. And now that Summer League happened and Jabari Smith Jr. decided to play like an Egyptian god, I'm going to look like a Hall of Fame Glazer. Now, if you didn't see the title, this is my top 10 players that are going to be sophomores, which means they were drafted last year. And I expect these 10 players to have a breakout season next year and switch the narrative on them or just increase it. Now, this video, again, was made over a week and a half ago. And that's why I'm recording this right now, because I had the video ready to go, and Jabari Smith Jr. decided to play really good, and so did a few other players on this list. And I don't want to be called a glazer in the comment section because of it, so I'm editing this and adding this in the intro, and I'm cutting out the old intro that I had. But that's besides the point. So I'm just going to get into the video, and because I cut out the old intro, I'm going to say what I said in it just briefly. 4 players aren't in this: Paolo Banchero, Jalen Williams, or J-Dub, whichever you call him, Keegan Murray, and Walker Kessler. And in my opinion, those were the top 4 rookies last year, and they kind of already broke out. So I'm not going to say that they're going to break out in their sophomore year because we all know who they are. If you don't know who those 4 players are, then you don't know NBA basketball. So these are my top 10 players that are going to break out next year. I'm not going to judge you right off your summer league, but Jabari Smith Jr. is low-key helping my case for him, so whatever, I'll take it. But anyways, again, enjoy the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and please share it around so I can release videos daily by the time I have enough subscribers to do so. Alright, now here's the video. You know what, let's just start this video off boldly. My number 1 sophomore to break out is Tari Eason of the Houston Rockets, who is a 6'8" forward who is a phenomenal defender, and he's like a do-it-all type player. Now, is he going to be a star next year? Probably not. But is he going to be Ime Udoka's favorite player to coach next year? I would almost guarantee it. He plays both sides of the basketball and is a phenomenal defender, which is exactly what Ime Udoka loves to coach. He has so much upside offensively too, and I think he is a perfect connector piece around all these young players that have a lot of star talent on the Houston Rockets team. And Tari Eason is the main reason I hate the Dillon Brooks signing, because let's be honest, Dillon Brooks is going to take away some of Tari Eason's minutes. I mean, he could help him develop more. But regardless, I think Tari Eason is way better for this team. And I think Tari Eason is going to be a very good player, and I expect him to break out. And he's going to be on the Rockets with a role somewhat to Draymond Green next year. And that's why he's my number 1 player on this list. And yes, it's very bold, but whatever. Bennedict Mathurin is him. He was him at Arizona and at the beginning of last year. He fell off last year because the best player, who happens to be a top 5 playmaker in the league, which is Tyrese Halliburton, got hurt. And that was a big reason for the fall off. Be warned and be ready for Indiana and Bennedict Mathurin to take a huge leap next year. I can't believe people are putting Jabari Smith Jr. outside the top 5 in the redrafts. He was supposed to go number 1 last year, but he got drafted by the Rockets at 3. Rockets were a terrible situation for a player to get drafted to. Don't hold that against him. He's going to shock the world next year, and I think he's going to take another step forward on both sides of the basketball. He is going to be a big reason for why the Houston Rockets make the playoffs next year, and that's not even bold. And I'll piggyback off of what I said about Tari Eason. This young team is very, very good. So be ready for it. Don't be surprised when it happens. The biggest question of last year's draft was Shaedon Sharpe, because he didn't play in college or at a pro level, and he just went straight to the NBA draft because of a rule change. So no one really knew what we were going to get from him. But in my opinion, it shouldn't even be a debate that he will break out now that Dame is likely leaving, but people may somehow still think otherwise. When he was given high amounts of playing time last year, he was putting up a lot of points on the board. So expect Sharp to be a very good player and a high scorer and a high flyer. That's going to be SportsCenter top 10 every night. And watch him just go crazy on a below 31 Portland team. You know, I made some very outlandish and bold statements. I'm going to make another one right now. I have a finalist for Sixth Man of the Year in the sophomore class. He was a big steal in last year's draft and fell to the second round, which was absurd, but understandable because he didn't perform great in the G League after being a top 10, top 5 recruit out of high school. But Jaden Hardy is going to be a very important part of the Mavericks next year and is going to be a finalist for Sixth Man of the Year. Will he win, though? No. He is going to be the next best pure scorer for the Mavericks behind Luka and Kyrie, and he will allow the Mavs to continually add defense to the supporting cast around Luka and Kyrie. He can play on or off the ball, and he will be able to mix and match with Kyrie and Luka. Be ready for Jaden Hardy to be a big-time candidate for Sixth Man of the Year next year. I'm just calling it now. Jalen Duren was very young coming into the draft last year, and he has now got some experience behind him, which will be great for him going forward. He might not have the best offensive season next year, but that is dependent on his playmakers. I think his breakout is going to be on the defensive end, likewise to what we saw with Walker Kessler last year, but I think Duren could end up averaging 2 blocks a game along with a double-double. I think he'll prove to be the starting center for Detroit going forward, along with Isaiah Stewart. I think they're going to play a tandem of those two. I think that's the best route for Detroit to go. But getting a healthy Cade and the new head coach of Monty Williams is going to be very big for Jalen Duren, and that's a reason why I have him at number 6. Since we are talking about the Pistons, we can add Jaden Ivey because, again, Monty Williams' coaching is big, as well as the impact of a healthy Cade Cunningham, which will lead to less pressure on Ivey to be on the ball the whole game. He is going to be a star. It's just going to take a little time, but he's going to take a step in the right direction. Now his assist numbers aren't going to jump up because Cade will be healthy, but expect his scoring to be more efficient and his turnover ratio to go down next year. I really don't like Chet Holmgren at all, but it'd be wrong of me not to put him on here, even though I don't really think you can say he's going to have a breakout necessarily because he didn't really play last year. We're all expecting him to play good, but again, it'd be wrong for me not to have him, so there you go. He's at 8. Do you consider Jeremy Sohan as a player that's already broken out? Since I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I might say that he has simply because people were mad about the Spurs taking him at 9 last year, and then he turned up in about every single category besides shooting the ball, which dramatically improved throughout the year. Still, people were really mad about the pick, and now they're not anymore, so you kind of got to say that he did break out a little bit. But it's your opinion. AJ Griffin's status as an NBA player and a breakout candidate is strictly based on the situation he is in next year. Say he gets traded to a team that he can play heavy minutes, he will break out. Or if the Hawks trade some of the wings that play over him and he gets a lot of play time next year, he will break out as well. He is either going to be Cam Reddish 2.0 or Jaylen Brown. And only time will tell that, and situation will dramatically influence it. And that's my list. If there's a player I didn't mention, let's be honest, probably not breaking out next year. But I could have missed a player, and I'm sorry. But there's a lot of decent players in this draft class, but whatever. If I didn't say them, sorry. Be mad about my opinion. Be happy about my opinion. I don't care. Thank you for watching my video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and please share my channel with your friends and family. Just get them to subscribe because the more subscribers, the more I can get monetized, and then the more I can post on a regular basis. Think about that. And then if you follow me on social media, I won't have to link all my videos. So it's a win-win-win-win-win for everybody. But thank you for watching, and as always, this has been Bold Hoops with Jay Hoopa. Bye.